Hello, my name is Ethan, and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile Scourge League 3.16. In this episode, I plan to show you guys how to profit buying T16 Blight maps and splitting them with Fractured Fossils or Fenimel Plagued Arachnids and reselling them in bulk. Or you could run them yourself. It's easier than buying the Blighted maps. It increases the supply of Blight maps by 2 times for T16 Blight maps. I highly recommend it. Also, I'm going to be going into massive upgrades to the build of how we got to 86 Chaos Res and how we don't have to run Destructive Aspect anymore and we still have the mana reserve. We do not run Destructive Aspect anymore and we have 88 mana reserve. Nice. And 4100 life. And more damage. I'll upload daily. Please like and subscribe. It has finally happened, guys. So the price of a T16 Blight map is 23 or 24 per, and you have to buy them one at a time, and it's really annoying. The price of the Fractured Fossils, because delving is so insane, is about 18 chaos per. So the price of a Fractured Fossil is cheaper than the price of a T16 Blight map. So you can actually use Fractured Fossils to split one time a T16 Blight map, and so then it's cheaper. This is cheaper than buying another Blight map, and so you should always split your maps. You can't split the map if it's enchanted, but they did something in 3.16 where they deleted the automatically anoint the Blight map thing, so you actually buy unanointed Blight maps now, which is sick. So before you split them, chisel them up for the quality, and then what you would do is you have to, I believe, make them all rare to use these resonators, because GGG changed it so we don't have the alchemical anymore. It's only chaotic. And so only rare. And so yeah, you can actually split the rare with fractured fossils, and then they're cheaper to make copies than to just buy a new one, and it's easier because I could buy bulk. And then you have an absolute ton, and you can scour them after splitting them. They don't have to be rare. You can still use oils on them. You would have to still oil them and stuff. So we have these ones still to go. These 5. Okay. This is sick. Then you can also, this isn't the only way to do it, you can also use Fenimel Plagued Arachnids in Bestiary, which is pretty high-end beast, and what it does is it can split a rare item into 2 items with half of the modifiers on each item. So if there was 2 mods on an item, it would split 1 to each item, and they would become magic because they only have 1 mod, which is really cool. The price of the split beast is the same as the Fractured Fossil. They were about 18C for the Fenimel Plagued Arachnid. To type it like that, Fenimel Plagued Arachnid. And the reason you wouldn't really do that if it's the same price is when you do the menagerie, you're actually using other beasts. You have normal red beasts, which is the crafting thing, and then you have rare beasts that you use as part of the almost like fodder for the actual big beast craft. And so it's more expensive technically, and because if you don't have the rare beasts, you'd have to buy them, or you have to play Einhar and go farm beasts to get the rare beasts for the crafting. So Fractured Fossils should be more expensive than the Fenimel Plagued Arachnid, but right now they're the same, so technically Fractured Fossils are better because you don't have to do the beast thing, and we still get all the splits. So then I was able to make those 15 Blight maps into 30, and I only spent 18C per for the next 15 instead of 23, 24, and I was able to keep the trade of the search of Blight maps. I kept it 15 more instead, so it should be more full for other people, and I didn't increase the price of the market for all the Blight maps. Hopefully it lowers the Blight map price now that we'll basically increase the supply of Blight maps by double, just by telling people to fracture them and split them before using them. Now we annul this. We want to hit mana regen or the life regen. There we go. Open suffix, craft endurance. Okay, slamming a Redeemer's Exalted Orb on this crazy ring. Let's hit minion damage. Projectile attack damage. I bought another ring and Redeemer's Exalted Orbit and got the minion damage. Easy game. Oh, and you want item level 80 for the tier 1 mod of minion damage. I didn't hit tier 1, and this one's only 75, and I hit tier 3, so I didn't even hit the tier 2. I crafted 7 to 8% phys taken as fire from hits. This is a June Unveil for the helmet prefix from Corel, and this was 1x to craft. This is really strong in our build because physical is one of our weakest elements, and then obviously I have 75 across the board for the elemental with the helmet, 75, and then 84 chaos, and we have the Zabakwa, so half the elemental goes against the chaos, 84, so this thing is really strong. We want phys as fire for sure, or phys as even chaos. Close my eyes and slam this exalted on this glove. Boom. 6 fire res. Whoa. Divining the helmet for the 8%. Easy. I got the 92 life though. My lightning's higher. That's cool. Alright, and now I want to go over today's changes. Hello guys, how you guys doing? It's like day 13. And so I was able to have to not run that megalomaniac with the destructive aspect. We are able to run 2 small clusters with 3 max chaos, so we go to 86 max chaos with our Zabakwa instead of 84 now. So this is huge. And the way I was able to do this and actually have more mana is instead of anointing Ravenous Horde, I finally anointed Charisma because Blight maps are high tier Blight was fixed, T14 plus, oils weren't dropping correctly, and so you weren't getting a ton of golden and opalescent and silver and all the high tier oils, but they fixed it, so now the price of golden oil dropped by like half in 2 or 3 days. So yeah, the price to anoint this charisma is pretty cheap now, so I did that, and then that gives me all the mana I need, and so it's just that and the mana reserve on the determination and no longer the destructive aspect. And then what I did here is because we don't use the megalomaniac, we can put in mediums, and so I did 2 mediums of renewal dreadmarch, which I realized at the beginning of the season, and so did a couple of viewers, that this is similar to what is on the skill tree. So if you look, regen and chance to deal double damage, and then survivability. Okay, so this wheel is literally 4% regen and 32% minion life. This is the 36 minion damage, accuracy, and then chance to deal double damage. So instead of 6% chance to deal double damage and the 36 minion damage, we're now getting the 10% chance to deal double damage on full life, and then we have all this survivability, and we have 2% regen instead of 4% regen, so it is slightly less regen, but then they have the extra physical damage reduction and the chaos res, so their chaos res is actually capped, and then they have the extra move speed, and they have some extra life, and the physical damage reduction is pretty nice, because usually all they have from the skill tree is the 8 and 15, and so the 20% from this is massive. Especially with your determination that we already have in the build. And then, yeah, we were able to run 2 Born of Chaoses. And so on these mediums, I got Chaos Res, and on the small, I got Chaos Res, and I was able to get my Chaos Res up. And then I was able to do all of that without even getting Chaos Res on my boot, hybrid. So I have chance to avoid bleeding. You can craft chance to avoid bleeding 60%. So in 2 jewels, I just need to corrupt 2 jewels, and the implicits can get 20 to 25% chance to avoid bleeding. So in 2 of those, I have 100% immune to bleed, which is insane. And then I can use my Forbidden Taste without worrying about bleed. Something else, so then I didn't have to take Sacrifice, and I don't need Grave Pact. Grave Pact is decent damage, but to be honest, this is more. Redemption is more than just the flat damage. And so that's pretty crazy. And then technically I could go Grave Pact instead of Ravenous Horde, but I want the move speed. I want the move speed for the utility, not just pure damage. It's really nice. And then we don't need the accuracy because our Carrion golems are level 32. I've already checked. We don't seem to have an accuracy issue. And so everything looks good. And then I was able to change this pathing. Technically, I did end up divining my Zabakwa, and I got 9 Chaos Res here, but now it's useless because I don't path through here, and that was helping me, but rip. And yeah, we're going to try no Sacrifice, we're going to try no Grave Pact, We came up here and got the extra life. Pathing through here is pretty cool. It's only 2 points. And then we still have all the stuff. So we have the strength, the intelligence. We're only 96, 86, chaos res instead now. The armor, the ailment immune, same life. Everything's good. And I was able to also, like I said, I got my chaos res without my boot. I also got it without the glove. So I was able to change the glove craft to minion damage, and I think you saw in the video, I slammed my glove with an exalted orb and I got 6 fire res. And then we slammed this with a Redeemer's exalted orb and got the minion damage. And we crafted the physical taken as fire on the helmet. And so people will probably go, oh my god, you made all of these upgrades before upgrading the wand? Yeah. Look at how much free stuff we could add to the build, and the wands are so expensive. There's so many slots of upgrades, and so I want to awaken orb. Slime this with an exalted orb, and hopefully hit like life or something, hybrid life. That would be nice. But yeah, overall the build's looking really solid. Wondering if I can go to 90 and how I should do it. Maybe I go to another socket, 5 points here, 5 points there, and put in one more small. I could even put one more medium and a small. It seems kind of worth it. I'm not entirely sure yet how I would do it, but that's interesting. Definitely looks like something I could do. And I think it would mostly be by solving attributes I could then do it. But yeah, this is obviously better than what we had. It's even tankier. And I really like the upgrades to be able to use Charisma for the mana reserve, and then being able to have another Born of Chaos. Nice. In conclusion, the upgrades are the being able to fracture Blight maps and being able to split them with the Venomable Plagued Arachnids absolutely sick, and I love that they're cheaper than the price of the Blight maps already again, and the oil is already crashing, and I like the upgrades I made to the build, extra minion damage, the extra chaos res, and the capping my mana reserve without using destructive aspect. Either way, I love these upgrades. I think it was a huge improvement to the build. We'll see about my minion survivability. That's the only thing I have a question mark about because I have 2% less regen. But overall, I think this is pretty strong, and I'm looking forward to playing it today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. And now, I'm going to take this opportunity to thank my Patreon, my YouTube members who financially support the channel. I can't do this without you guys, so thank you guys for all the support, and thank you to anyone who joins the Patreon and the YouTube members today, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!